Okay, good morning, everyone. In this session, we will discuss terrestrial biomes. So, biomes are the major regional groupings of plants and animals discernible at a global scale. To understand the nature of biomes, one needs to learn, or you need to learn the types of animals, especially vertebrates, characteristics of biome, and also their typical morphological, physiological, and behavioral adaptations to the environment. With uh, you need to learn also that global distribution pattern where each biome is found and how each varies geographically. A given biome may could be composed of different taxa on different continents. Next are the dominant characteristic and unique growth forms, their vertical stratification, leaf shape, size, and habit of the plants, special adaptations of vegetation. So when we say vegetation, that's all about the growth of trees. Let's proceed to terrestrial biomes. First, a terrestrial biome is a forest. It occupies approximately one-third of Earth's land area. It is accounted for over two-thirds of the leaf area of land plants. It contains about 70% of carbon present in all living things and major casualties of deforestation, pollution, and industrial usage. So when we say deforestation, it is the cutting of trees. Forest biomes are classified according to numerous characteristics, with seasonality being the most widely used. We also have the tropical rainforest, Earth's most complex land biome. Its location, it is found near the equator with a little variation in temperature, no distinct seasonal changes. So along the equator, there is no distinct seasonal changes. The seasons along the equator is or are dry season and wet season only. Tropical rainforest abiotic factors. When we say abiotic factors, those are the non-living things. High biodiversity and biomass, both hot and moist. It's about the temperature, hot and moist, ideal for bacteria and other microorganisms to grow. They quickly decompose matter on the rainforest, allowing nutrients to be recycled. It has negative 1 centimeter of topsoil and about 100 inches per year of rainfall. Okay, that's a lot. So the tropical rainforest plant adaptations, sunlight is a major limiting factor about for plant adaptation. So because sunlight cannot penetrate most of the leaves of the trees. So plants grow in layers, shallow, wide roots, since soil is so thin and poor in nutrients. So the roots of the trees are not growing much. Little sun reaches the floor because of the shade from the leaves. So additionally, many animals are special list and require special habitat, special components to survive. Camouflage among animals are common. Many symbiotic relationships like predation, competition, and parasitism. So those are the symbiotic relationships. They live in different levels of canopy. There are also threats to the tropical rainforest. Humans strip the rainforest for uses including logging and cattle ranching. They clear tropical rainforests for agriculture, timber, and urban development. They convert the diverse forest to tree plantations. Damage from off-road vehicles, pollution of forest streams, and timber and mineral extraction. So those are the threats to the tropical rainforest. Here are the here are the steps in sustaining a tropical forest. Number one, prevention. We have to protect the most diverse and endangered areas of the rainforest or the tropical forest. We should educate the settlers about sustainable agriculture and forestry, subsidize only sustainable forest use, certify sustainable grown timber, reduce poverty, and slow population growth. So if we prevent uh, the loss of the tropical forest, so it we can slow population growth and reduce poverty. Next one, we have restoration. In restoration, it encourages regrowth through secondary succession. It also rehabilitates degraded areas, degraded of tropical forest. Concentrate farming and ranching in already cleared areas. Next type of forest, we have the temperate deciduous forest. It is located about 48-degree north latitude. Much of the human population lives in this biome. It has well-defined seasons with a distinct winter characterize this forest biome. Moderate climate and growing season of 140 to 200 days during 46 frost-free months distinguish temperate forest, and temperature varies from -30 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. So when we say a temperate deciduous forest, it has all four seasons, the summer, winter, fall, and the spring. We have temperate deciduous forest plant adaptations, the canopy. It is moderately dense, allows light to penetrate, resulting in well-developed and richly diversified under destroyed vegetation and stratification of animal. It has also flora and characterized by 3 to 4 tree species per square kilometer. Trees are distinguished by broad leaves that are lost annually. Next, the animal adaptations in temperate deciduous forest. Animals living within this biome must adjust to cold winters and hot summers by hibernating, migrating, or keeping active all winter. So some examples of these animals include weasel, raccoon, and deer. We also have the threats to temperate deciduous forests. Many forests are cleared to provide housing for humans. Careful use of the resource can provide a renewable system if we don't take too much habitat away. After the forest, we will move on to the taiga or northern coniferous forest and boreal forest, found only in the northern hemisphere. So when we say taiga, winters are long and cold, average 100 inch per year precipitation, mostly snow. Soil is poor in nutrients and very acidic. Growing seasons growing season is very short. Taiga plant adaptations, most are coniferous. When we say coniferous, needle-bearing trees are abundant. Roots long to anchor trees, need, needles long, thin, and waxy. Low sunlight and poor soil keeps plant from growing on forest floor because the taiga have a winter season. That's why it has low sunlight. Here are the threats to the taiga. Mining operations can irreparably damage this fragile ecosystem. Pollution left behind can also put animals and plants at risk. Now we move on to the grassland. A grassland is characterized as lands dominated by grasses rather than large shrubs or trees. Largest land animals are present due to huge vegetation. Grasslands are big open spaces, and there are not many bushes in the grassland. Trees are found only by rivers and streams. Next, we have the tropical savanna, always found in warm or hot climates, where the annual rainfall is from 50.8 to 127 centimeter per year. It is characterized by continuous cover of perennial grasses, often 3 to 6 feet tall at maturity. Many plants have thorns and sharp leaves to protect against predation and reproduce during a rainy season that ensures more young to survive. So those are for the animals. The threats to tropical savanna. Invasive species. So those species that are easily to reproduce. So those are what we call invasive species. Changes in fire management. Because of their low elevation, some savannas are threatened by minor rises in sea level associated with global climate change. So the tropical savanna is also vulnerable to flooding. Next, we have the temperate grassland. It is a deep and dark with fertile upper layers. Seasonal drought, occasional fires, and grazing by large mammals all prevent woody shrubs and trees from invading and becoming established. Summer temperatures can be well over 38 degrees Celsius, and in winter temperatures, it can be as low as negative 40 degrees Celsius. Threats to temperate grasslands. Overgrazing nomadic tribes have started to spend more time in one location. Infrastructure development, for example, roads, buildings, and other man-made structures. Unmanaged hunting and poaching is destroying herds of animals. So those are human-induced destructions. Next, we have tundra. Tundra is the coldest of all the biomes. Comes from the Finnish word tunturia, meaning treeless plain. It's a frost-molded landscapes, extremely low temperatures, little precipitation, and poor nutrients. So when we say little precipitation, there's a little amount of rain. The average winter temperature is negative 34 degrees Celsius. The average summer temperature is 3 to 12 degrees Celsius, which enables this biome to sustain life. The yearly precipitation includes melting snow that is 15 to 25 centimeter per year. The adaptation of organisms in tundra, morphological adaptations, the animals have large compact bodies, a thick insulating cover of feathers, a pelage and plumage that turns white in winter and brown in summer. So we are talking about the adaptations of the polar bear. So that's an example. Physiological adaptations, the ability to accumulate thick deposits of fat during the short growing season, and insulation to store energy for use during the winter when animal species remain active. And the third one, population adaptations, cyclical fluctuations in population size. Next, for terrestrial biomes, deserts. Deserts cover about one-fifth of the Earth's surface and occur when rainfall is less than 50 centimeter per year. Most deserts occur at low latitudes. Most deserts have a considerable amount of specialized vegetation as well as specialized vertebrate and invertebrate animals. Here are the abiotic factors in the desert. Less than 10 inches per year of rain, little to no topsoil due to high winds, minerals not deep in soil, too dry for decay, for organic decay. While there are many types of deserts, they all share one characteristic. They are the driest place on Earth. Okay, the desert is the driest place on Earth. So here are the plant or animals adaptations in the desert. They get water from food, thick outer coat. They burrow during the day. They have a large ears. Smaller animals means less surface area. For the plants, it has spines, succulents, thick waxy cuticle, shallow broad roots. So we are talking about cactus. And also there are threats to world desert, residential development, off-road recreational activities, destroying habitat for plants and animals. Some plants are removed by collectors, endangering the population. Here are the references if you want to read more. And thank you for listening.